With the pre-Christmas rush of games coming out and the crushing pressure on your wallet that goes with it, today I'm bringing you 5 games from 2016 that are already out that will give you great value for your money. Now, some of these will be nice cheap games that offer at least a good few hours of fun, and other games on this list will cost a little bit more, although still not full price, and will be games that you can just sink your entire life into. And finally, before we get started, thanks to commenter Thor the Gamer for the idea for this one. Right, without any further delays, let's get into this. Number 5. Enter the Gungeon. This bullet hell dungeon crawler came out in April and was immediately met with critical and player acclaim. The massive focus on guns not only offers a great theme for the game to be built around, but also offers a lot of replayability as you attempt to experience all 130 of the awesome, wacky, and incredibly varied firearms. Alongside that, each run will take place in procedurally generated dungeons, meaning that you'll always have a different experience. Solid controls, fun gameplay, and clocking in for £10.99 on Steam. If you ever played and enjoyed The Binding of Isaac, Enter the Gungeon is an ideal game to spend hours on for a fairly low price. Number 4. Stories: The Path of Destinies. Great narration, a fairy tale feel that resembles the Trine series, and a fox wearing an eye patch. What more could you ask for? Well, Stories implements a decent version of an Arkham-style combat system and has an intriguing visual style that adds a lot of charm to the game. Now, a single playthrough of Stories will take you maybe an hour or an hour and a half, but the beauty of this game is the fact that there are 23 separate endings and so many choices to make along the way, all of which completely change how the narrative plays out. Now, a simple bit of maths will tell you that if you want to get every ending in the game, there's about 30 hours of gameplay here, and for £10.99 on Steam and only £8.99 on PS4, this is a game that easily merits its place on this list. Number 3. XCOM 2. Not one of the cheapest games on this list, but it's incredibly easy to sink days of your life into this tactical squad-based, alien-killing game, and the pacing of the game and the progression system for each of your soldiers means that the XCOM experience doesn't get stale. Naming each soldier after your friends and then kitting them out with guns, swords and grenades, and then watching them die to a massive faceless alien is all part of the fun. Honestly, I feel this turn-based strategy game was the perfect follow-up for XCOM Enemy Unknown, and even with a £34.99 price tag, the quality of the game and the deeply interesting setting makes XCOM 2 well worth a look. Number 2. Darkest Dungeon. As one of the real Kickstarter darlings, Darkest Dungeon offers a challenging experience with a really cool style and a unique stress mechanic, which adds a whole new dimension to combat, as you not only have to manage your team members' health, but also how close they are to totally freaking out or even having a heart attack, all of which will affect the stress levels of the rest of your party. As with XCOM, Darkest Dungeon also allows you to name each character after your friends, and then watch as they develop sick little habits like grave robbing or kleptomania. The turn-based combat and progression of each of your characters feels satisfying, and with an almost universal positive reception, at £18.99 and with the potential for hundreds of hours of dungeon crawling fun, Darkest Dungeon is great value for money. Oh, and did I mention the narrator is just the best?
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Number 1. Overwatch. Possibly the biggest game of 2016 so far, and there's a very strong chance that Overwatch will finish the year with that honour too. Overwatch has been a breath of fresh air in the first-person shooter genre, and offers team-based combat different to anything else on the market. Honestly, I've been totally engrossed with Overwatch ever since it came out. It has a brilliant cast of heroes to choose from, intense combat, and above anything else, it's just a fantastic amount of fun. Now, when the game came out, there was a little bit of an uproar about a lack of content in the game, mainly with regards to the fact that there was only really 3 game modes. And whilst that's still true now, I've had no problem whatsoever losing entire days of my life playing this game. The fact that every match feels unique, and the way that every hero plays completely differently from every other character, offers so much replayability here, and while I'd love to see some things improved, New content is regularly being added to Overwatch, meaning that the £29.99 price tag has more than been worth it for me. So that's about it for today. I'm sure I missed quite a few games out here, and I'd love to have included some other titles that I've enjoyed this year, such as Uncharted 4, but since that's still £60 on PSN, I didn't feel I could include it on this particular list. But if you think I missed something obvious, or if you have ideas for future lists, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, I'd be very appreciative of a like down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, I've been Nathan, and I'll see you next time.